Today I'm gonna discuss the classification of adjectives, and we should first know how many types of adjectives actually we have, and then where we can use the adjectives. As you know, we have two types of adjectives. The first one is attributive adjectives, and the second one is predicative adjectives. We know that attributive adjectives is almost always, or better say always, actually coming with a noun before them or after them. We know that most of the time we have an attributive adjective first and then a noun, and in some cases, in some rare cases, we have an adjective following the noun. Okay, so attributive adjectives always come along with a noun. But in the second class, we have another type of adjectives, which is called predicative adjectives, because they appear at the end of the sentence, better to say after verbs, but a noun. For example, we say she is beautiful. Beautiful is an adjective, a predicative adjective, which comes after the verb is. She is beautiful. Or he is smart. Smart there in that sentence, smart is an adjective, and it is a predicative adjective because it appears after the verb and a noun. So we can conclude that predicative adjectives always appear a noun after linking verbs. But attributive adjectives can precede the verb or can follow the verb. But the important point is that attributive adjectives always come along with a noun. Okay? And we have two types of attributive adjectives. The first group is prepositive adjectives and the second group is postpositive adjectives. And you know that the noun come in the middle. Between the two. So we can have some prepositive adjectives, then we have noun, and after the noun we can have postpositive adjectives. This doesn't mean that we always have the two. Both prepositive adjective and postpositive adjective. But we can have two in some cases. As I said before, postpositive adjectives are rare. In rare cases, we use this type of adjectives also in English. And we have different types of prepositive adjectives. Here I show them in 3 classes, but you might see them in different classifications. We have opinion adjectives, which are actually position with regard to a noun. For example, we say that it is a good boy. Good is an adjective there, and it is opinion. It is my idea with regard to something, my position with regard to something. Or we say that she is a beautiful girl. Beautiful there is an adjective, and it is my opinion with regard to that girl. And then we have some descriptive adjectives which discuss size, age, shape, color, origin, and material. And at the end, we have classification adjectives, which classify one thing and distinguishes it from the others. For example, we say that this is a war ship, a ship which is dedicated to war. For example, which we say that this is a fight aircraft. This means that it is not gonna carry passengers. It is gonna be used for only fighting. Okay, then classification adjectives show the class of the noun. It distinguishes one type of one thing from the other types. For example, we say that this is a t-shirt. It is a sports t-shirt. It means that we can use that t-shirt only for sports. Okay, so it is classifying one thing and distinguishes one thing from the rest. As I said before, we have size, age, shape, color, origin, and material one after another, and you should know the order and learn them and actually abide by the rule. So you can actually memorize the acronym of this as SAS.com, SAS.com, something like this, similar to the name or address of a website, something like this. It can be remembered better. If we have a t-shirt, for example, here, t-shirt, we can have different types of actually adjectives describing that t-shirt. At the very first, at the beginning, we have good, our opinion, and then at the end, near the end, I mean right before the noun, we can have classification adjectives like sports t-shirt. There's an adjective here, and it is going to describe the t-shirt and shows, and actually it shows the classification of that t-shirt, the type of that t-shirt. And in the middle, we have descriptive adjectives, as you see here: medium, new, actually blank, blue, Turkish, cotton, and so on and so forth. We know that in some cases we can fill out all these. All these positions. Imagine that this is a row in an amphitheater. In a theater, we have a row of chairs. In some cases, all are actually occupied. All chairs are occupied by people, and in some cases, some are left blank or left vacant. For example, if you want to talk about the shape of a bicycle, it is impossible, because you cannot actually define it as a rectangle or a triangle or a circle or something like that, because it doesn't have a shape like that. Or with regard to a computer, you can say that it is a rectangle. Am I right? Or if you want to talk about a pyramid, for example, Egyptian pyramids, they are, and actually they have a specific geometrical shape. Then you can talk about that. So in some cases you have to leave some of them blank, but in some cases you can fill out all the actually positions here from the first to the last one, and then you can talk about the name and the number of adjectives, and the number of adjectives you can attribute to a noun depends on the amount of info you want to share with your readers or with your listeners. In some cases, you might want not to talk about the origin of something, the nationality of something. Or, for example, you bought a bag and you don't want to talk about the material of that bag or the origin of that bag. Or you want to actually not to tell the others the price of that bag. You don't talk about the price. You don't tell the listeners or the readers that whether it is expensive or cheap. So it depends on you, but there is a potential here. You can actually put a number of adjectives and actually use them to describe the noun following those adjectives. And we have post-positive adjectives on the other hand. After the noun we can have post-positive adjectives. As I said before, post-positive adjectives are rare. We use a handful of adjectives as post-positive adjectives. For example, after the election, we know who is the next president. After the elections, the new president is chosen. But since the end of the period of the previous administration, the previous president, it is going to be called the president-elect. Although he is chosen or she is chosen as a president, he is not in the office. Since he is not in the office, he is not actually at the top of the administration. He is not at the palace of, for example, at the White House. We call him the president-elect, not the president. The president-elect. Something like the chosen president. The meaning is similar to that. And that word, elect, is an adjective there. It is an adjective there which appeared after the noun, after the word president. President is a noun, and elect after that noun is a kind of adjective. That type of adjective is called post-positive adjective. And we have some few cases like that, and you have to memorize and learn them so that you don't make any mistake. Take care and share this video with your friends. Have a nice time.